Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. This one is for Monday the 26th of February going through until Sunday the 3rd of March 2024. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm going to go through each day of the week to see what the planets are doing and how they'll influence us this week. And then I'll go through each sign of the zodiac from Aries through to Pisces to give you an idea of how this energy translates for you specifically and what area of your life it's likely to show up in. So this week looks really positive to me. The mental image I got was the snow melting away and the flowers being revealed, people being outside and they're happy to see each other and they're talking to each other. So I think there's loads of potential for positivity and harmony and unity. I would also not be surprised if you felt suddenly very sociable and more outgoing. You're going to be productive this week at the same time. So that then, those two combined, working with other people this week is likely to go really well. But it's also an amazing week for love and new relationships on a more personal level. And people are likely to make a really positive contribution to your life this week, whether it's a smile or support. But there's something that comes up where you're likely to be very appreciative and there's a good kind of connection between you and another person. So starting with Monday, the 26th of February, we've got the Virgo moon opposing Neptune and Pisces. So that's kind of a leftover to the full moon in Virgo that we had recently. That was known as the snow moon. And it was, as the name says, it was somewhat frosty. It was very focused on getting everything right and making things perfect. But here we've got the remnants of that, and we do have the ability to get things organized. We also have a connection to the intuition, but it may feel very foreign on Monday morning here. So anything that needs doing, that's paperwork, filling in forms, red tape, applications, anything like that, Monday morning is really good for it, because the moon then moves into Libra at 3:39 in the afternoon, and your feeling really shifts now because Libra is much more outgoing. It's focused on connections with other people, communication, how things are communicated. It likes creativity and music and learning. So with that, you immediately start to become much more aware of the people around you rather than being overly focused on one thing. So use that to your advantage. If you need to focus on one thing, do it in the morning. The Libra moon then trines Pluto in Aquarius. So there's a real sense of kind of respect when it comes to ideas and what is being said. So maybe even a sense, a fear of missing out. You want to know what is going on at the moment. And the Libra moon then quincunxes Mercury in Pisces and the Sun in Pisces. So Mercury is the communication planet. In Pisces, it's very tuned into the intuitive side of things. The Sun is really what you're striving towards. It's what gives you a sense of happiness and power and like you're in control. And in Pisces, again, it has to do with interpersonal connections. It has to do with creativity and connecting to the higher realms. So anything that makes you feel like I am not on my own here, I've got some sort of interaction with another person, or I'm meditating, or whatever it may be, that's really important to you here on Monday the 26th. So overall, especially in the morning, I think you start the week in a very orderly way, with a focus on what the plan is and that everything makes sense and is factually accurate. So if you're an editor, for instance, giving something a twice over or looking over it even for a third time, you're very likely to pick up on any final kind of little mistakes that are in any writing work or anything that really needs that critical eye will benefit. As the day moves on though, any group work or activities are then supported. So whether it's a brainstorming session at work or you're attending some sort of social event or function, connections are easy to make and they're likely to go well. So if you have the kind of luxury of scheduling the day, any paperwork, admin, kind of operations, planning, logistic stuff that needs doing, do it Monday morning. And then anything that's more sociable, look at that in the afternoon for the easiest time of it. On Tuesday, the 27th of February, we've got the Libra moon forming an opposition with Chiron in Aries. So now it's almost like my relationships are really important, and the positioning on the priority list shifts. It's almost like other people before myself even. So you're really focused on what's going on in someone else's life or around you. The Libra moon then trines Mars and Venus in Aquarius. Okay, so that makes sense because it's very likely for you to hear something, or when you're communicating with another person, for something to be delivered via that conversation. A quincunx is Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus. So you may have some sort of epiphany, either in a spiritual way or in a practical way. So I suddenly feel some sort of presence, or I see an actual opportunity via your ability to connect with others. And then finally on Tuesday the 27th, Mars in Aquarius squares Jupiter in Taurus. So the exchange of ideas is super, super valuable. It'll feel pleasurable in itself. So I'm interacting with people, I'm not by myself, I'm learning new things, I'm hearing things that are maybe even funny and interesting. But also there's something within all of that discussion that for you is like a big reveal, a big epiphany that you'll be very happy about. So on Tuesday, overall, expect there to be a lot going on in terms of the appointments you've got during the day or the amount of errands you have to run. It is likely that you do have a lot of exchanges with other people. So just kind of read between the lines when you can. And love can appear on Tuesday when it's connected to communication or transportation in particular. So if you're someone who's moving on Tuesday or traveling around, pay particular attention to the people who are in your vicinity while you're doing the move. On Wednesday, the 28th of February, we have the Libra moon forming a quincunx with Uranus in Taurus and Neptune in Pisces. So the Libra moon forming this relationship with Uranus and Taurus really means that as far as your relationships are concerned, something wonderful and unexpected can occur. And Neptune being the dream planet of intuition and really your imagination, what could happen. I think you may get some good news if you're single and you're looking, or you make a connection that's really significant with someone who's going to stay as part of your future. So there's something kind of karmic and significant happening here on Wednesday as it relates to the connections you make with other people. The Sun in Pisces then conjuncts Mercury and Saturn in Pisces. So we've got this great affinity for anything ruled by water, which is connection to other people, creativity, imagination, as well as spirituality and healing. So if you're inactive in any of those areas, it'll go very easily on Wednesday. Mercury in Pisces then conjunct Saturn in Pisces as well. So the communication planet and the planet of structure and security are blending their energies together. So spiritual messages, inspiration, new ideas that arrive via your feelings, those will be very easy to pick up on. But I think the way it's delivered on Wednesday the 28th, I think you're going to hear some good news when you're chatting to a friend or a family member. You may also find an alternative if faced with a challenge by discussing it with another person and asking for feedback. So I really think the beginning of the week, by putting your head together with other people, you'll have a better outcome, or a really completely new option that wasn't there before. On Thursday, the 29th of February, so we've got another day in February here because it's a leap year. On this day, we've got the moon going into Scorpio at 4:09 in the morning. So the moon exiting Libra now and going into Scorpio, I always feel this transition is a bit of a dive because Libra is an air sign that's interested in ideas and connection on that intellectual, creative level. Scorpio is about water, and it's about getting to the real core truth of something. So the moon in Scorpio is very intuitive, it's psychic, it's very connected to the higher realms and things that are taking place on other realms. It's very good at pinpointing something that is unhealed and bringing it to light or removing it in order to transform and heal it. So because it's water as well, it's very focused on intense feelings. So with the moon going into Scorpio, I think this is even more positive now as far as your relationships are concerned, because the intensity is what allows you to take a relationship that under normal circumstances would have been just, again, run-of-the-mill or mundane, and it immediately deepens into something more significant. So from Thursday onwards, I think if you make a connection with someone and you feel there's something there, really pay attention to it. It's not likely to be just a fluke. It's not likely to be a fluke. The Scorpio moon then opposes Jupiter in Taurus. It squares Mars and Pluto in Aquarius, and it trines Saturn, the Sun, and Mercury in Pisces. So it's really busy. The Scorpio moon, based on your feelings or taking action based on what feels right for you, is supported. And also meeting someone in a practical way, for instance, is going to have a strong emotional reaction for you. Ideas are something still that you're paying attention to. Communication is something you're still very good at. But now there's a greater sense of ease kind of in terms of who I am. And yes, information is nice to get a bigger picture. But as far as I'm concerned, I feel really solid and grounded and structured within myself. Mercury in Pisces then sextiling Jupiter in Taurus means that any kind of inner messages or guidance that you get around Thursday, pay attention to it, particularly if it prompts you to take action in a particular area of your life. It's likely to work out really well. So on Thursday, this one here, this extra day that we've got, is very focused on relationships. We've got Jupiter in Taurus and the moon in Scorpio. They're on the same axis, and it's really about connecting with something in a profound way. So it's a wonderful day if you're single and looking. The spring equinox happens on Wednesday, the 20th of March. So still a ways to go there. But Thursday really feels similar to me in terms of, you know, the snow melting away and it's new beginnings, and there's light and warmth and activity coming back into the world. So Thursday is an awakening of ideas and plans that you've had that you've either forgotten about or that you've dismissed. So it's a new beginning, but even things that have got a little dusty. You may want to revisit things that pop up for you on Thursday and see if you still want to do something with this idea that you've had in the past. I think the only thing to watch out for on Thursday, if like an ex-partner shows up and says, hey, wouldn't it be a great idea if we got back together? I don't think that's so good. I think this is love and romance in the sense that it's someone who's new in your life, someone you don't know already. Okay, and then moving into Friday, the 1st of March, we've got the Scorpio moon forming an opposition with Uranus and Taurus. So it's really important to listen to your intuition and your guidance around Thursday and Friday, because it can change the course you're on. It can change your path through life. There's something more significant going on, kind of based on the decisions you make. You know those books that are like games where you read a page and it's like, if you want to go left through the left door, go to page 5. If you want to go through the right door, go through page 8. And every decision impacts the end result that you get to in the story. That's the feeling I get here on Thursday and Friday. So the Scorpio moon forms that opposition with Uranus and Taurus. It squares Venus and Mars in Aquarius. It trines Neptune in Pisces, and it quincunxes Chiron in Aries. So it's really, you're talking about something that is important to you. One of your hopes and dreams for your life is present, likely to be right in front of you, and you're likely to be interacting with it. The Sun in Pisces then sextiles Jupiter in Taurus. Continue to listen to your gut. That's paramount here. And then Venus in Aquarius sextiles Chiron in Aries. So it's your gut that's going to lead you to connect with other people. The communications you have then bring out even more emotion, more information, more news, and one thing leads to the other. So really, just the baseline here is this is not the week to isolate yourself, because a lot of the blessings come into your life via other people. So on Friday, with all of this happening, expect some positive news to come your way, and it's really going to lift you up and encourage you in all areas of your life. Despite that sense of hooray, good news, the rest of the day is a little slow, so watch out for any procrastination that may come in. If there are important things that need doing urgently, do them right away. Don't put them to the side to be done later or tomorrow. I've put here, no dawdling on Friday. Okay, Saturday the 2nd of March, we have the Scorpio moon forming a trine with Neptune and Pisces. So now we're really in the realms of spirits and the universal mysteries. The moon goes into Sagittarius at 2:56 in the afternoon, and I think this is a great combination because the Neptune and Pisces energy now with the courage and enthusiasm of Sagittarius, it's really that the weekend or Saturday here in particular can be dreamlike in terms of what you experience. And I would say, because we've had all this good-natured connection with other people, I think you can have an amazing romantic kind of connection or an experience or an adventure with another person that really brings you very closely together. The Sagittarius moon then sextiles Pluto in Aquarius, so it's still this kind of desire to consume knowledge. I want to learn, I want to listen to everything that's going on. And so yeah, if you do ever get the fear of missing out, I think that's a really good thing to listen to. That, oh, I wish I was there, or I wish I could listen in on this, or I wish I could experience this for myself. If possible, try and do it this week, because it will lead to even better things that you weren't expecting. So on Saturday, I've mentioned that, the Neptune and Sagittarius energy, for me, it's like turning the page in a book and everything that's associated with that, the sense of anticipation, what comes next, and the potential for adventure. So on Saturday, doing something completely new or something that's just for fun, that's going to go down very well with you and everyone else involved. And Saturday can really serve as a mini holiday where you create great bonds with people. Sunday, the 3rd of March, we've got the Sagittarius moon forming a square with Mercury, the Sun, and Saturn in Pisces. So it's really like, again, the vision I'm getting is not just the centaur, Sagittarius, galloping along now. I'm getting like a chariot, galloping off into the stars. It's really like I'm going on like a spiritual, karmic mission. It's all very elevated. The Sagittarius moon then also trines Chiron in Aries, sextiles Mars and Venus in Aquarius, and quincunxes Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. So you may be attracted to something that appears to you in a practical way, like a beautiful glen that you're looking over, or you may be really attracted to another person and you feel there's real physical chemistry, so maybe we should talk to each other. But it's likely that something shows up on Sunday, something that really warms your heart, basically. Venus in Aquarius also squares Uranus and Taurus, so the key thing this week is to really do a lot of talking and a lot of interacting, and even travel and moving around if possible, because you'll bump into good things on all these different days, and it really looks like a wonderful week. Yeah. So on Sunday, the ability to gain real objective and clarity when it comes to the question, what is next in my life, or what is next for me? You have a great perspective on Sunday, so if you're pondering new action plans, make a note. There's likely to be some sort of valuable information there that kind of appears to you on Sunday that you can refer back to. So it's either you fall in love with a place or an idea or another person, but there's something or someone valuable showing up in your life on Sunday. So as far as weeks go, this is not one where the universe is being stingy. It's just giving and giving. And it's also really warm and while being practical. So it's the best of both worlds as far as I'm concerned. Let's look at each sign of the zodiac then. Aries, continue to implement your ideas for extra income. Anything that requires organization will be really easy for you to handle this week. Taurus, really expect some good news in your working life that leaves you feeling really proud of yourself. Job well done. Gemini, if you have any trips or work-related trips planned this week, expect a really easy time and expect to be fascinated by something new that you discover through this traveling that you're doing. Cancer, it's really time for you to launch your business if you're questioning the timing around it. It's also a great opportunity to make plans as a family and to kind of sit down for a group meeting and to decide as a unit. Leo, expect to meet someone who will be important in your future. So out of all of the signs, Leo, the idea for new love, new relationship is really there for you. Virgo, find the support that you need to make a tough decision. By pushing ahead, you're very likely to get the outcome that you want, but you don't need to do everything completely on your own this week. Libra, love can appear in even the most boring places or unexpected places, so really keep your eyes open. For you, it's also a great week for new love, new relationships, new romance to come in. Scorpio, you're pretty able to communicate with just about anybody this week. So focus on any situation that benefits from you being so communicative and public and presentable. So anything where you have to, make a speech or make a good impression for a job interview. Anything like that is likely to go really, really well. Sagittarius, you may find something useful for a friend or family member that may help them in some way. So whether it's a piece of information, or you find the lost earring behind the sofa, or you bump into a friend of your sister's and they'd lost touch but have tried to get in touch, that kind of thing. You find something for someone you care about. Capricorn, expect a financial door to open in your life, whether through work, pay, insurance, inheritance. Expect an opening in that practical area of your life. Aquarius, if you have the luxury to take some time off work, please do. This week for you is so positive in so many areas: relationships, finance, work. It's really a good time for you to just enjoy the good life and to take a little bit of a holiday if you can. And Pisces, you may feel a sense of relief that things are going as planned, so that you can relax and decompress a little bit. So also really positive, and you can kind of sit back and enjoy that sense of everything's going as planned. I can relax and chill. So that's what I get for you this week. I hope that gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. And in my personal readings, to draw up your birth chart, so your natal chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then order a chart rectification with me, please. That's a process where I work out your time of birth. And once I have all that info, I then draw up your birth chart, and it tells me a great deal about you: your life purpose, vocational aptitudes, income, family, romance, spiritual development. If you have questions about what's coming up in future, when the best timing is for certain things, moving, retraining, or if you're even questioning specific locations on planet Earth, for those things I use the progress chart, the transits, and the astrocartography. So if you're interested in me having a look at your natal chart, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. I hope you have a wonderful time this week. Check out the video on the full moon in Virgo that we had recently, because that's still relevant at the beginning of the week. And I will speak to you soon. All the best. Oh, if you want to watch the daily tarot readings, please become a member of this channel. I still do those every day, as well as some of the other videos I do. So check those out. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you soon.